Hi, my name is Vladimir Veskov and I'm 26 years old and I'm a student and I do cosplay. I've been making stuff ever since I can remember, from toys to small pieces of jewelry, later costumes. I found out about cosplay only a couple of years ago and I'm completely self-taught. Every single technique, every single piece that I've made purely by trial and error and by looking at some tutorials and figuring stuff out on my own. Amongst these are cosplay costumes, which I have discovered a couple of years ago and consider very, very important. And most of all, I love to make costumes. And of course, everything that comes with those costumes. Wearing them, cons, gatherings, basically parties, basically anything, anywhere that allows me to wear a costume. I consider it very important in my life, and I think that every single technique I learn, every single piece that I make is a part of me, a part of who I am. And basically I've been making stuff from the most readily available materials, mostly things I found around me. Sometimes I would go shopping and try out new techniques on new materials. Coming from a country where there's little to no cosplay activity, I've set my goal to become one of Serbia's first professional cosplayers. For this particular occasion, I made the costume of Guts from the famous manga and anime Berserk. Now, I decided to do this character because I identify with him and because I also love the manga and animes and of course the recently published movies. I did it mostly out of things that I already had at hand, so that means I used the most readily available materials, and everything in that costume and on that costume was handmade. Most of it was done myself, like 90% of it, and I used techniques that I knew then. Of course, I've learned a few more in the meantime, and I did my best to make them as close to the manga and the actual character in the animes. Now, this particular look that I incorporated into my costume was from the manga rather than the anime series, although some details were taken from both. For instance, the shoulder pads do not have straps on them, because I thought it would be more appropriate for the shoulder pads to be, floppy and to the sides, because that's how they are depicted in the manga, in the original source material. Guts was a man that was constantly on the move. He was constantly fighting monsters and other bandits, and he was really a man of action. He really didn't care if he was pretty or not. And that whole rugged look was exactly what I was trying to get with that whole costume. On the side note, the makeup was also done by me. Actually, that's the 4th or 5th time that I've done makeup completely by myself, on me of course, and I'm just starting to learn a little bit more about it. I'm more into crafting and making props and armors and such. But I think it's very interesting and I'm always up to learning new things.